What is up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back to my unit review series for Fire Emblem Heroes, and this time I'm going to be reviewing Fjorm, and in this video I will be telling you guys how good she is and what are some of her best Gunnertons options. We will also take a look at some of her good teammates who can support her and some counters that you should watch out for when using her. So Fjorm is a free to play unit and you can get her by beating chapter 1 of book 2, but she can also be summoned on Legendary Hero Summon banners, and if you do summon her then she will be having IVs. But the Fjorm you get by beating chapter 1 will always have neutral IVs. So let's take a look at her stats. Her HP stat is average, not exactly high enough to abuse something like Panic Ploy, but with her good mixed bulk she can take hits with it. However, with an HP Bane she will have quite low HP as her HP Bane is -4 instead of -3. So if you go for the summoner support on her, then the +5 HP is actually going to be helping her quite a lot. Her base attack is 30, which is mediocre, and with her legendary weapon she can hit 46 attack, which is not really impressive. Fjorm has to rely on her specials, slot a skill or buffs, or even a skill like Quick Riposte to do a good amount of damage. She cannot really hit hard without them. She will have trouble even killing some of the red units if she does not have the attack defense bond activated. Her base speed is 31, which is average. She cannot really double too many units with it, and she will get doubled by a lot of enemies due to this kind of speed stat, so it does hurt her longevity. So far, as you can see, her offenses are mediocre with 30 base attack and 31 speed, but her great mixed bulk is where Fjorm shines. Base 30 defense is solid along with a very high res of 34. With attack defense bond, she can reach 35 defense, and with distant defense secret seal, she can reach 40 res, which is incredible. Fjorm works best as a mixed tank in the enemy phase, and her mixed bulk is impressive and similar to Joshua, who we got recently, but Fjorm can be merged more than him. She can also abuse skills like defense ploy due to her high res. Her base stat total is 164, which is same as Joshua, and after armored units, Fjorm and Joshua boast the highest base stat total in the game, so that makes her a great unit to use in arena for points, especially when she comes with a legendary weapon, an exclusive special, and 3 expensive skills. Her legendary lance has got distant counter built into it and cannot be inerted to any other unit. Having this high res makes her a great user of distant counter, which is in her lance, and she can take range units pretty well, especially with her special Ice Mirror. Her slotty skill is attack defense bond 3, which gives her +5 attack and +5 defense if she's near an ally. Her attack is not very high, so she certainly appreciates an attack increasing skill like this, and the defense bonus is also quite nice. Her slot B skill is shield pulse 3, which works incredibly well with her exclusive special Ice Mirror, because the 5 damage reduced from shield pulse actually adds up to Ice Mirror's damage and makes her Ice Mirror charged up at the start of every map. So it does have good synergy with her special. Her slot C skill is drive attack, which gives +3 attack to allies within 2 spaces of her, so she can provide pretty good support to her allies with this skill. Her special is exclusive to her and it cannot be inherited to any other unit. It basically works like Sacred Cowl special, but the total damage reduced by it is actually added to Fjorm's next attack in that round. It's actually pretty cool, and this works great with Deflect Magic and Deflect Missile Sacred Seals, as those Sacred Seals also reduce the damage and the total damage reduced gets added to her attack. If she cannot retaliate back to someone like Sakei's Blessing Brave Lyn or a Windsweep Mage or a Fire Sweep weapon user, then the absorbed damage goes to waste and she only gets the reduced damage and nothing else, as she cannot retaliate back in that round. Fjorm is a legendary hero, so she does have a legendary water effect. Every time you get a Fjorm, you will get a water blessing, and you can give this blessing to any of your units by going to confer blessing under advanced growth menu. So an ally who's got a water blessing will get their HP and speed boosted by 3 if Fjorm is on the same team. Multiple Fjorm will multiply this bonus on that ally, but do keep in mind that multiple Fjorms will not give each other that boost, but only to an ally who's got the simple water blessing. Water blessing on an ally and Fjorm on the same team does boost your arena scores, so in an idle scenario, you've got 3 allies all with water blessing and Fjorm will boost their HP and speed, so your team's base stat total will get increased by 18, which is quite a lot. This water blessing effect is also something that you will be facing on other people's defense teams. It's not something like summoner support or ally support, which only a player can have, so you can also see this on defense teams which you face in arena. This makes Fjorm an excellent unit to invest into if you want more arena score. Overall, Fjorm is a solid unit but does have mediocre offenses. She works best in the enemy phase and her built-in distant counter helps her a lot. Her Her mixed bulk is a fantastic thing and makes her a great frontline unit, and Ice Mirror is a pretty good niche as well, as it does improve her matchup against range units, especially range units who can nuke stuff. And if you want, you can always replace that with an offensive special for consistency. She's also a really good choice for your summoner support, as she can make good use of all of her stats, and the speed, attack, and HP bonus from the summoner support are especially really good for her. Now let's move on to some of her best Gunnerton's options. Her default kit works well, and all you need to do is give her a dual rally skill for arena points or reposition. Deflect Magic Sacred Seal lets her survive a +10 Merge Reinhardt, and Close Defense gives her a better enemy face against melee range units and bumps her defense to 41 with attack defense bond slot a skill. Deflect Magic does stack up with Ice Mirror and does help her boost the damage from Ice Mirror, so that's why it's pretty good. Distant Defense Sacred Seal does clash with Ice Mirror, so that's why I've not mentioned it here, as it does increase her res, so she naturally takes less damage from attacks, and that in turn reduces the damage from Ice Mirror, so that's why if you're trying to capitalize off Ice Mirror, then I would recommend not running Distant Defense Sacred Seal. Attack +3 Sacred Seal can also be run on her if you do not have those two other seals upgraded, as she does not have very high attack, so she certainly appreciates the +3 attack bonus. If you want max points in arena with this set, then run a dual rally skill and Deflect Magic or Close Defense Sacred Seal, as those seals give you the most points. Now Ice Mirror is pretty good, but it does nothing versus melee enemies, and it is pretty inconsistent when it comes to doing damage, so you can always run Iceberg over it and run Quick Riposte as her slot B skill. Since we do not have Ice Mirror on this set, Distant Defense Sacred Seal can be run on her and Close Defense as well, depending on if you want her to take range attacks better or melee attacks. Usually Distant Defense is a better choice. Now this next set is a bit wild, so hold on to your seats. It is ultimate set for capitalizing on Ice Mirror special. Remember how on the first set I said not to run Distant Defense Sacred Seal as it reduced her Ice Mirror damage? With that same logic, we can run Life and Death to reduce her res so that she takes more damage and in turn absorbs it and does more damage with Ice Mirror to her opponent in that round. With this set, she can fix her offenses and decimate range units and even a lot of +10 merge range units, but unfortunately she cannot one round KO a Quick Unpulse Moonbow Reinhardt with this, so that's a bummer. But outside of that, she does really well against all range units. She can even kill a +10 merge Brave Bow Bright Cordelia with this set after living hits from her. The main drawback of this set is that her defense gets completely ruined because of Life and Death, so you can run Close Defense Sacred Seal to fix it, because Ice Mirror does nothing against melee range units, so that's where Close Defense can help you. Plus Speed IV Fjorm will love this set, as she can reach 39 speed with Life and Death, and even more if you have some merges or summoner support on her. And while that's not enough to double everyone in the game, she can avoid doubles from fast mages pretty easily, which is good for her longevity. I know that I always recommend not to run Life and Death on units with good bulk, but the thing is that we never had anything like Ice Mirror in the game before this, which can absorb the reduced damage and then add that to a unit's attack. Attack +3 Sacred Seal can be run to bump her attack stat to 54, which is really good. This Fjorm set specializes in taking out mages and a lot of range attackers in a single hit from Ice Mirror, and she can even demolish +10 merged green mages with this set due to the sheer fact on how Ice Mirror works. If you think that this set is just too crazy, then you can also run Life and Death 2 from a 4-star Hannah if you do not want to invest into her too much, and then you can test it out in arena and see how you like it. It will obviously not do very well in something like Tempest Trials, but in arena she can do pretty fun stuff with this set. Her next set is her best set and the most expensive set as well. It's the Steady Breath set. With Steady Breath, she can abuse skills like Glacies and Ether. Glacies allows her to get most amount of one round KO she can get, and Ether just gives her more arena points and helps her stay in the Quick Riposte range. If you're after arena points, then of course dual rally skills are the way to go, otherwise reposition works on her. For her Sacred Seal, Distant Defense and Close Defense both give her most arena points and works best with this set. Close Defense actually works much better with this set, as it bumps her defense to 40 after Steady Breath, and that's amazing. So those were her best Gunnerton's options, and now let's take a look at some of the teammates who can support her. Fjorm has trouble with high defense green units. She can take on green mages with Ice Mirror set, but physical green units are troublesome, so that's why strong red units with her are always recommended. Bravelyn Sake's Blessing is a nuisance for any kind of distant counter unit, and she's extremely common in arena, so be sure to pack an answer to Bravelyn. Fjorm has mediocre offenses, so units like Dalthea and Ephraim can help her do much more damage, and Lucina can greatly increase her speed, so Fjorm gets doubled by less enemies, and it does increase her longevity in a way. Like I said, her counters are common green units. These will give you a lot of trouble. Even with her Glacies, she will not be able to take them out, and due to her average attack, she cannot take on bulky red units like Arden in the enemy phase, as he will just quad attack her and then take her down with Igneous. Steady Breath Black Knight can also pose a problem for her, and Bravelyn and Fire Sweep weapon users will annoy Fjorm a lot, as they will be able to get free damage on her, and her Ice Mirror will only help reduce that damage and nothing more. So that's going to conclude my unit review of Fjorm. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe so that you do not miss out on more Fire Emblem Heroes content. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.